Hey, gang, and welcome to the first ever countdown to HorrorHound weekend. I have decided that in the upcoming weeks leading up to HorrorHound weekend, September 13th through the 15th in Cincinnati, Ohio, I am going to be breaking some things down, um, talking about all things HorrorHound weekend. And it's going to be on Sundays. That's what I'm planning. Every Sunday leading up to the last one will be the Sunday before HorrorHound weekend. So you're going to have a few weeks of me talking about HorrorHound weekend, what's going to be going on that weekend. This is going to be culminating in some video that me and Steve are going to shoot around the convention in September. Um, but this edition, the debut edition of the Countdown to HorrorHound weekend, I'm going to be talking about the guests. So if you've been on the fence about whether you're wanting to go to HorrorHound and you want to know more about who are the guests that they've got planned. Now, guys and gals, keep in mind, this is something that everybody should keep in mind. It's probably not best to base your visit on one guest. Okay. The reason being, and I'm not trying to deter anybody from not going to HorrorHound. There are a lot of things that you can do at HorrorHound other than meeting guests. But to prevent disappointment, I would not base my whole visit, especially if you've got to drive a lot of miles to go there, on one person. Okay. And keep track of the website at HorrorHound Weekend. It's actually horrorhoundweekend.com. You can check out the show, and any cancellations. They're usually good about putting that up there when a guest has to cancel, either due to an illness, an injury, work, anything like that. And I'm sorry for the dogs barking outside, but they probably see something and they're just going crazy out there. So um, so just letting you know that there's a possibility at any time that any guest could have to cancel for any number of reasons. Okay, and this is not Horror Hound's fault. Neither is it the guest's fault, because the unforeseen always has a chance of happening. Okay, so please, if somebody does cancel, don't accost poor Nathan or any of his, people that help him out with Horror Hound, because it's not their fault. Okay. Um, so with that being said, we're going to get started, or I'm going to get started talking about some of the upcoming guests that are scheduled to be at Horror Hound weekend, September 13th or the 15th. Now, I'm only planning on being there on Saturday, but I'm going to do my utmost best. Saturday is usually a busy day for Horror Hound, to give y'all a bird's eye view of everything that Horror Hound has to offer. And in some of these subsequent videos, I'm going to be talking about some of the vendors that are going to be there. Maybe give you an overview of the after party, even though sadly I won't be able to attend the after party. I may try to. Check with some of my friends that are going to see if maybe they are going to attend the after party. I've never attended an after party, but I'm hoping that I can get Steve to at least allow us to go to at least a Q&A with somebody that I want to hear them talk. And I'm going to talk about somebody that I don't know if they've got a Q&A schedule, but I figured they probably do for this particular person. But I'm going to go ahead and I am going to share my screen with you guys so y'all can see the actual guest list as I'm going through these. Um, so you won't be completely in the dark, right? So this is actually the HorrorHound weekend website. You can see the website address up here, horrorhoundweekend.com. It's going to be taking place in or at the Sharonville Convention Center on Chester Road in Cincinnati, Ohio. I know in years past, HorrorHound had been in Indianapolis, Indiana, or Indy, as folks like to refer to it. But back in March, it was in Cincinnati, and this September, it's also going to be in Cincinnati. Okay, so as you can see, the VIP passes are sold out. Evidently, they've still got some weekend passes, some Friday passes, Saturday passes, and Sunday passes still available. There are celebrity photo ops, and I may go over that a little bit on this video as well. Um, but before we get to the guests, let's look a little bit about the tickets, okay? Um, and that way you can kind of get a good idea of the pricing for these things. And I'm going to just make sure that I'm going to try to make this like the full screen layout because, you know, I'll make myself down there at the bottom, but I'll make myself personable, I guess. Okay. But let me go back here. So, early bird pricing has already ended. Early bird pricing ended May 30th. So, evidently, they still have Friday passes available. There are single day Friday passes available. Um, if you get them at the door, they're $40 a piece. The pre sale price is $30. The Saturday single day pass, the pre-sale price is $40. It's $50 at the door. Sunday, the pre-sale price is $30. It's $40 at the door. A weekend pass, that's for all 3 days. Pre-sale price is $70 or $80 at the door. Um, guys and gals, the chances of you getting a pass at the door are good. They're good. But I have found that I just don't want to take the chance, especially if there's several people that I really want to see. I would hate to, get there, especially again if you've driven many, many miles only to not be able to get a ticket into the show. All right. So there's also a weekend early entry that is now sold out. There was a VIP package that was $200. It was $180 at early bird pricing, and then it went to $200. That is now sold out. The platinum package was $1,200, and it is also sold out. Okay. The good thing about, getting a VIP pass is ticket holders receive a line cut pass, good for select guests for upwards of 2 cuts total. And then they list the guests that are a part of that. A little note about Robert England. I'm going to talk about him here in just a second. Robert England right now is a pre-sale. The autograph, to meet him and get his autograph, is a pre-sale offered right now to VIP and Platinum, which is already sold out. And that thing sold out like hotcakes. They have a limited stock of these, and it's not guaranteed. So any remaining availability that's not sold to or not offered to those people and taken up on it will be sold to regular pass holders. But there are photo ops for Robert England that are available to all ticket holders. Platinum ticket holders receive a line cut pass good for one cut per the VIP line cut list. VIP, Platinum, and Saturday passes likely to sell out. They do tell you that up front during pre sale. Um, all admission sales are final, no refunds. If you're unable to attend the event, a ticket is good for up to 18 months for a future Horror Hound Weekend event. Guys, let me step away for just a second. I knew the dogs were going to want in. Come on, y'all, hurry. I could have paused this, but I didn't. Sorry about that, guys and gals. Um, and I know that they make good on this because I had to do this before. I was not able to go, or somebody canceled, and they said, "Well, hold on to your ticket. You can use it for up to 18 months for a future Horror Hound event." Okay. So just a little bit about the tickets there in case you weren't, you know, um, you hadn't looked that up or weren't privy to it. They've also got important info for unused prior ticket holders. All right. They got a little more information about the tickets there. Okay. So let's talk about these guests, shall we? All right. I'm going to go back. All right. So the big guy, the guest of honor, so to speak, is Mr. Robert England, and he's the main one I'm wanting to see at HorrorHound. There are some other people that I want to meet, but this is the big one. Robert England is on my bucket list of people to meet. He's not only part of the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise, but he was on Stranger Things. He was on Hatchet. He was on V. He was on Urban Legend, Wishmaster, 2001 Maniacs, and Dead and Buried, and many, many more movies. Um, in case you guys weren't aware by watching my Everybody Wants England, uh, Robert England retrospective that I've been doing. Oh, I heard something back there in the kitchen. Um, this year is also the 40th anniversary of A Nightmare on Elm Street, so you're going to see some other people on this guest list that will be part of Horror Hound Weekend. It's also Slasher Fest in September at Horror Hound. So there are several guests that are part of that slasher movie entourage, or whatever you want to call them. Yeah, one second here. Okay. So sorry about that. I may have to pause this a couple more times, unfortunately, because the dogs want to come through here and not crazy. Okay. So while we're talking about Mr. Robert England, let's talk a little bit more about the changes they had to make in case, you were thinking about going to Horrorhound and you had not seen this notification. Now, I must admit, I was a little upset when I found out about this. But upon talking to friends about this and seeing it more in context, I understand. And I understand why Horror Hound had to do this. Okay. So they made this announcement early. We are having to announce that Robert England, Freddy Krueger himself, is set to attend this exciting event. Robert is a screen icon, and we are lucky to have him in attendance this year for the 40th anniversary of A Nightmare on Elm Street. So then they go on to say, very important. After prior appearances, there are changes to how Robert's appearance at HorrorHound Weekend will be handled. Robert will be signing only for a limited time, in both an effort to remove our previous virtual queue system. A special Robert England autograph and pro op package will be offered to Platinum and VIP pass holders initially, uh, offered on specific dates and times. If any packages remain after the VIP sale, options will be made available for regular attendees, but please don't count on that, okay? Um, Robert will be a pro op, photo op only during the event. Pro ops will be available to all ticket holders, and that's the photo ops. Look for photo op sales to begin later this month. I have not yet seen the Robert England photo op come up yet. I may get surprised; he may pop up here during this video, or it may not. Discounted pre-sale tickets for HorrorHound Weekend are now available, and uh, they probably will be for just a little while longer. Steve's coming back through here, but for a little while longer. But then, of course, they will go up in price. The ones at the door will be more expensive. Okay. So just wanted to let you know about that. But so Robert England's the big one. He's the guest honor. Now some people might think I don't care anything about seeing Robert England, or I've met Robert England three or more times before. I don't care about, meeting him again. But like I said, Robert England's on my bucket list. He's definitely one I want to meet, whether it's a photo op type of thing or I get lucky and or am able to get the autograph and photo op package. Sorry, guys and gals. Gonna have to pause this again. Okay, so I'm back again. I am so sorry, guys and gals, that this keeps getting broken up so much. Okay, so let's take a look at some of the other guests that are going to be at HorrorHound that weekend. So Cole Sprouse, honestly, guys and gals, I don't know one blessed thing about Cole Sprouse, really, other than what they had put on the HorrorHound weekend site. Now I know some people are Cole Sprouse fans. I think Candace is. I think she likes Cole Sprouse. So I'm not saying he don't have fans. He definitely has fans. I'm just not, familiar with him. But he is on Lisa Frankenstein. He is on Riverdale, The Astronaut's Wife, uh, Friends, The Sweet Life of Zach and Cody, Sweet Life on Deck, and Big Daddy. Okay. So if you're a Cole Sprouse fan, he's set to be there that weekend. Okay. Uh, Catherine Newton, Lisa Frankenstein, Abigail, Pokemon, Detective Pikachu, Supernatural, Freaky, Paranormal Activity 4, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantum Mania. I have seen Ant-Man and the Wasp, and I slightly remember Catherine Newton, but for me, she's not a standout, but for some people, she may be. Um, and keep in mind, guys and gals, I'm not putting these people down, right? I'm just saying that there's some of them that I don't know of them, or I'm not as familiar with them as some people would be, and so they're not at the top of my priority list to meet or get a picture with. Now, keep in mind that Catherine Newton will only be there on Saturday. So if you're planning on meeting her or wanting to get a photo op with her, you're going to have to do it on Saturday, folks. Okay, Skeet Ulrich of Scream fame, Riverdale, The Craft, Jericho, The Newton Boys, Albino Alligator, and Escape Room. If you're interested in meeting Mr. Skeet Ulrich or getting your picture taken with him, he is set to be at HorrorHound Weekend in September. They've got a bunch of Scream people from the Scream franchise. We've got Melissa Barrera from the Scream franchise. She plays Sam Carpenter. All the World is Sleeping, Abigail, Vita, In the Heights, Bed Rest, Carmen, and Your Monster. Mikey Madison, I think it's Mikey Madison, maybe Mickey, but I think it's Mikey. She was one of Charles Manson's cult members, I believe, in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I do remember that. Uh, Part of Scream 2022, Better Things, which I just saw a uh, trailer for Better Things. It's kind of sort of like a Pretty Woman kind of knockoff movie to me. Monster from 2018, Nostalgia, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and The Addams Family from 2019. Kevin Durand from Abigail and Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. He played Proximus Caesar, Legion, The Strain, Wolverine, X-Men Origins, Smoking Aces, Lost, and Dark Angel. Alicia Weir, or Wire, I think it's Weir. Abigail, she actually played Abigail. Don't Leave Home, Wicked Little Letters, Matilda the Musical, and Darklands. Dermot Mulroney, Scream 6, Zodiac, Copycat, The Grey, Stoker, Uma, Insidious 3, Young Guns, My Best Friend's Wedding, Secret Invasion, and The Purge. Tony Revolori, Scream 6, the Spider-Man trilogy, playing Flash Thompson, Servant, Willow, The Grand Budapest Hotel, Asteroid City, and The French Dispatch. Okay, Sonia Amar, Scream 2022, The Equalizer 3, Megalopolis, and Geppetto. I may be massacring some of these titles and names. Lulu Wilson, Becky, The Wrath of Becky, The Haunting of Hill House, Worm, Annabelle Creation, Ouija, Origin of Evil, and Deliver Us from Evil. Mitch Pileggi. He's a big one for me, but I don't know if I'm going to get a chance to meet him this time. From Shocker, he played Horace Pinker, Sons of Anarchy, Supernatural, Dallas, The X-Files, Walter Skinner, Return of the Living Dead 2, and Supergirl. My big thing with Mitch Pileggi is, of course, Shocker. Mr. Tom Atkins, he's another big one. I met Tom Atkins a few years back, and he was nice and everything. I don't know if I'll get a chance to or meet him again this time around. Night of the Creeps, Halloween 3. Sorry about my reminder back there. Creep Show, The Fog, Escape from New York, My Bloody Valentine 3D, and Bruiser. Dana, here is your reminder. Okay, so we've got a kind of like a Night of the Creeps reunion. We've got a Scream reunion and a Night of the Creeps reunion and a Nightmare on Elm Street reunion, right? So we got Jason Lively, Night of the Creeps, National Lampoon's European Vacation, Rock and Roll High School Forever. I'd forgotten he was on Rock and Roll High School Forever, actually. Brainstorm and Ghost Chase. Miss Jill Whitlow, also from Night of the Creeps, Thunder Run, Tribes, Porky's, Twice Dead, Masks, Swamp Thing, Ghost Chase, and Weird Science. Stephen Marshall, also from Night of the Creeps, and Justice Denied, and In Search of Mystery. Alan Kaiser, also from Night of the Creeps. Mama's Family, he played Bubba Higgins. I remembered him as Bubba on Mama's Family for the longest time. TNT Jackson, House of the Witch Doctor, It's Here, and House of Forbidden Secrets. Miss Heather Langenkamp from A Nightmare on Elm Street. She played, of course, Nancy Thompson. I really want to meet Heather Langenkamp, I do. Wes Craven's New Nightmare, A Nightmare on Elm Street 3, The Dream Warriors, Portal, and Truth or Dare. Miss Amanda Wiss, or Weiss, however you pronounce it. Sorry, Amanda, if I'm mispronouncing your name. A Nightmare on Elm Street, Fast Times at Ridgemont High, Shockma, Better Off Dead, To Die For, Highlander the series, and Big Legend. Miss Ronnie Blakely, also from A Nightmare on Elm Street, Nashville, and A Return to Salem's Lot. CJ Graham. Here's one of the guys that played Jason from Friday the 13th, Part 6. Jason Lives, Highway to Hell, Slice, Teddy Told Me To, and 13 Fanboy. Don Shanks. He's one of my favorites too, because not only was he an actor, but he was a stuntman as well. From Halloween 5, The Revenge of Michael Myers, Sweet 16, Silent Night, Deadly Night, Vamp You, and Haunt. Miss Lisa Schrage, or Schrage. Sorry, Lisa, if I'm mispronouncing your name. From Hello Mary Lou, Prom Night 2. So you Prom Night 2 fans might want to hop on over to HorrorHound Weekend for to meet Lisa, right? She's also in Dreams Beyond Memory, Food of the Gods 2, Night Heat, Sweet Deception, and Twilight Zone. Mr. Robert Brian Wilson and Eric Freeman. Eric Freeman, guys and gals. These two guys have both started doing the convention circuit here in the last year or so. Robert Brian Wilson was, of course, in Silent Night, Deadly Night as Billy. He was in Santa Barbara, Gunsmoke, The Last Apache, A Husband for Christmas. Sounds like one of those Hallmark or Lifetime things. I don't know if it was. And Generations, which Generations I'm thinking was a soap opera as well. And Mr. Eric Freeman from Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 2, playing Ricky in Living Color, Murder Weapon. He was also in A Husband for Christmas and Superboy. Scott McDonald, Mr. Jack Frost, will be at this HorrorHound Weekend in September. He was also in Jarhead, Mob City, Threshold, Dexter, Fire in the Sky, Carnival, 3-Day Weekend, and The Last Champion. Here's another big one for me, Mr. Peter Cowper. From My Bloody Valentine, he played the miner. Harry Warden and the Miner, actually. He was also in Oh Heavenly Dog and Valentine Bluffs, which is in production. Here's some other people that are gonna be here. I'll include them in the guests. Erie Vaughn, Sam Hain, Danzig, Rosemary's Babies, and the Misfits. John, I don't know if it's Christ or Christ, performing Saturday night. Sam Hain, Danzig, John Christ, Snakes of Christ. Zombeast, they're performing Saturday night. Leslie Hoffman's going to be there. She was the hall monitor that gets invaded by Freddy Krueger. She's going to be at the convention. She was on The Nightmare on Elm Street, The Car, Brave New World, stunts for Scream 2, Blowout, Clue, Deadly Friend, Motel Hell. Mr. Tony Cecere, who did stunts for A Nightmare on Elm Street, Scream, The Thing, Ghostbusters, The Terminator, Shocker, Child's Play, and House. Adrienne and Coy Cecere, who are Tony Cecere's daughters. They were the jump rope girls in A Nightmare on Elm Street. And I'm sure they got many, many more to add. But these are the ones they've got up for now. So let's, I'm going to scroll back up here. And I'm going to show you how much the photo ops are going to be for each one of the guests. Okay. So, the hours for HorrorHound weekend, I believe this is Eastern time. So Friday is 5 to 10 p.m., Saturday 11 a.m. to 7 p.m., and Sunday from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. And keep in mind, children 12 and under get in free. Okay, so Alicia Weir, $75 for a photo op with Alicia. Alan Kaiser is $55 for a photo op with him. CJ Graham is $65. Cole Sprouse is $85. Dermot Mulrooney is $75. Don Shanks is $55. Eric Freeman is $60. Jason Lively is $55. Jill Whitlow is $55. Catherine Newton, she only has one session. That's on Saturday, $105. Kevin Durand, $80. Miss Leslie Hoffman is $45. Lisa Schrage with Screen Rocking Horse photo op, that will be $65. Lulu Wilson, $65. Melissa Barrera, $85. Mickey Madsen, $85. Mitch Pelagi, $80. Peter Cowper, $55. And a lot of these people, they have 3 different sessions for them. Robert Brian Wilson, $60. Scott McDonald, $60. Skeet Ulrich, $85. Sonia Amar, $65. Stephen Marshall, $45. Tom Atkins, $65. Tony Cecere, $45. Tony Revolori, $65. They have an Abigail trio with Barrera, Durand, and Weir for $210. Abigail group with Newton, Barrera, Durand, and Weir. That'll be Saturday only, I'm sure, because Catherine's in that. $290. The Lisa Frankenstein duo, Newton and Sprouse, $175. Night of the Creeps group, $195. Cole Sprouse and Skeet Ulrich, father and son duo, $155. Melissa Barrett and Skeet Ulrich, father-daughter duo, is $155. Scream Franchise Group, $355. Silent Night Duo, Freeman and Wilson photo op, $105. And that's all they've got up there right now, so just stay tuned. Hopefully on one of these other videos I do, they will have the Robert England information up there, I hope. So I am going to stop sharing my screen for now. So that's all I've got for today's edition of the Countdown to HorrorHound Weekend. Just wanted to give you a little rundown on the guest and some of the pricing, at least on the photo ops. And I guess that's all from me right now. Be sure to tune in at 7 p.m. Eastern Time tonight in less than an hour. And I will be discussing an American Werewolf in London. Hopefully I'll have Chris, maybe have some other people on here with me for the watch along. But stay tuned for all of that coming up in less than an hour. And I'm off like a dirty shirt. Good Lord, guys, I can't talk today. I'm off like a dirty shirt, for now. But I want to remind everybody before I get off here to be kind to one another and blaze that trail. Have a fantastic rest of your Sunday, and let's kick the start of the work week's ass, right? Because we got to, right? We gotta, make it lay down and behave, right? So I'm out of here for now, but I'll see everybody next time. Take care, folks.